Hello guys, welcome to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're taking a look at an extremely affordable MoonPhase watch from Sekoni. They're currently live on Kickstarter, and this watch is only 134 US dollars, so I think it's a pretty good value considering the components and the movement used and such. And it's a pretty elegant looking watch. Basically the case is 39 millimeters in diameter, so it's a dress watch, I'd say, definitely a dress watch. We have a solid 316L stainless steel case with high polished edges and the top of the 20mm lugs here. And the casework is pretty good. That's one part that actually impressed me for the $134 early bird price point. I will drop a link in the description below. You can check them out on Kickstarter. And definitely check them out. I think it's a pretty cool watch. But so we have a 39mm case diameter, 20mm lug width. In terms of lug to lug, we're looking at 44 millimeters, so it's a nice fit on the wrist. Really a kind of snazzy watch you can wear with a suit or something like that. I think that's just fine. In terms of case thickness, we do have a case thickness of 9 millimeters, so it's very thin. It uses a Swiss quartz rondo movement, and those are very thin, so they're really able to make the watch quite thin, and it really fits nice on the wrist. You can get a little glimpse better of the polishing on the watch here. If I get you in a bit closer, it's actually really fine and really smooth. There are no blemishes or anything like that. And as you can see on the lugs, they transition nicely from the tops to the sides. And I think it looks pretty good in terms of the finishing. Now obviously this case is not water resistant. You only get 3 ATMs or 30 meters of water resistance. So definitely not something to take near the water, considering it is also on a leather band. We have a pull and push crown over at the 3 o'clock position, which is signed with the Sekoni logo. Now this watch is called the Tidal Wave, and for a good reason. On the case back, there's something really cool I'll show you towards the end of the video, and it's quite nice. It's a little picture of a moon and some waves. I think it's pretty cool. Now one thing I did not mention is that this is actually the classic version. There are 3 different iterations: the Adventurous, the Classic, and the Bold. This one comes in a rose gold case as well as this solid stainless steel case. And the other 2 iterations, the Bold and Adventurous, both come in rose gold as well. So there are 3 different iterations. They all have, the MoonPhase function and the neat artwork on the case back, which is covered by a sapphire crystal, as well as the sapphire crystal on the front, which is a pretty good value considering the price of this watch. Now I did pop the strap to show you the case back. This is actually an artwork, and it's only like 4 hair lengths thick. So it's very thin, but it's actually covered by a sapphire crystal. And it looks pretty nice. It's a tidal wave, obviously, with a half moon. I think it looks pretty cool. It was actually put in the oven for 6 hours to harden it. They do say on their campaign. So I think that's pretty neat that they did that. I really like when, usually this is seen in much more expensive watches, like artwork on the dial and such. But yeah, the case back is highly polished, just as the whole case is. Just some basic specifications: Swiss movement, 5 ATMs. I believe I said 3 ATMs. It is 5 ATMs, 50 meters, water resistant. Does say Tidal MoonPhase series, the name of the watch, 316L, and Founders Edition. You can get a glimpse of the back side of the strap here. This strap is Italian full grain leather, and you do get the Sekoni embossing right there. You also do get quick release pins, which is pretty standard, nothing really special nowadays. Most watches do come with these. And the strap itself, it's kind of that fake embossing, as you can see here. It's not obviously genuine crocodile or alligator, but it looks the part. For the price, you can't put something like that. Obviously, the band would cost more than the watch. But it's a pretty decent quality. It's pretty thin when it comes to the end here, where you connect it to this buckle here, which does state Sekoni and Founders Edition on here, with a nice little clamp here, which kind of reminds me of I believe Cartier uses these same ones, if I'm not mistaken. But it's pretty secure. It clamps down on both sides, and it's just something different from the norm there. You do get a signed buckle as well. This is obviously a prototype model, so this one has been around to quite a lot of people, so it's obviously a little scratched up. But that's the band for you there. It works. Obviously you can put on any band you want. But let's head over to the dial now. So getting to the dial, we have that nice guilloche pattern, as you can probably tell, right here in an off-white color. Sekoni is definitely applied and polished in a script handwriting, as you can see there. And we have a framed date window over at the 6 o'clock. We have all applied Roman numerals and hour markers going around the dial. And one thing I did that I didn't really like was these little dots over here for the minutes. I think they could have did something a little more creative. This kind of makes it look like a fashion watch, like a girl's watch. That's just my opinion, though. That's really pretty much my only gripe. You know, I am 100% honest in all my reviews, so, you know, obviously I can't, you know, miss something that I don't like. But these little dots over here, just kind of weird. Doesn't really do it for me. And but other than that, you know, the dial is very clean. I like the large cutout for the MoonPhase. I like the style of spade hands they used over here for the hour and the minutes. And overall, it's a very clean watch. You know, it's good for everyday use. Now, this is a Swiss quartz Ronda MoonPhase movement, and it has about a 5-year battery life. They run out of battery. They're very reliable. You do get a quick set date, as you can see here, and everything fits in the window just fine, so no issues there. And then if you pull the crown out to the final position, we can hack the seconds hand and precisely set the time. So as the hours and the date goes around, obviously the MoonPhase will change according to the time of the day and the date. So I think that's pretty cool there. You don't have to worry about manually doing it. It will change once you have the time and date set correctly. So there's no issues there. Crown is easy to function, very good grip, pull and push. And overall, a very clean dress watch. Let me throw it on my wrist. Obviously, there's no lume on this watch, guys, so I know it's a dress watch, it's not a dive watch. There will be no lume shot today. Also, if I didn't mention, there is anti-reflective coating on the sapphire crystal. Let me throw this on my 6.5-inch wrist, show you what these dimensions look like. Quick wristwatch check. I just took my Rolex Submariner off. This one is back in the rotation. I've actually been wearing a lot of micro-brand watches lately and kind of put my luxury watches aside. But this one is a keeper forever. Actually, the bezel is misaligned there. There you go. And yeah, just a great watch. Thought I'd show you guys what I'm wearing today. I know some of you guys always ask down in the comment section below, you didn't do a wristwatch check. Well, here it is, the 114060. So there she is on my 6.5-inch wrist. It fits like a glove. I mean, it really does fit good for my wrist. This is like the perfect size. If you have a wrist size close to mine, I think you should be good to go. It does look way more expensive, you know, from a distance. I can definitely see that. The case definitely looks pretty nice from the all different angles there. The strap conforms, you know, straight out of the box. There are actually two different style straps you can pick on their Kickstarter campaign. One of them being the embossed one, and one is straight, smooth Italian leather, which I think looks pretty good also. You can check that out on their page. But yeah, a very clean looking dress watch, something that you can be worn every day. Also, you know, I want to say a lot of dress watches from other Swiss brands are using this same exact Ronda quartz movements in their dress watches, like Tissot, you know, a bunch of the other, you know, brands from Switzerland. And they charge an arm and a leg for their watches, especially in retail outlets like Macy's and such. Obviously on stores like Joma Shop, they're cheaper, but they're basically using the same movement. They're using a sapphire crystal, and they're using a leather band. So, you know, where does your money really going? Maybe into advertising, who knows? But if you want something like that kind of quality, you know, at an affordable price of $135, even comes with a nice blue box I'll show you in a second. You know, I think it's a good value all around. And there's the Sekoni original box that it will come in. Not a bad box, you know. I think it's alright. I like the script Sekoni original. I like how they did that. I like the font they use. I think it looks pretty fancy. And looks more like a real brand, you know? Some of these brands, their logos look pretty bad. But I think this one looks pretty cool and real, so kudos on the box there. So, there you have it, guys. The Sekoni Original Founders Edition. This is the tidal wave one. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop all your inquiries down in the comment section below. You can follow me at Watch Addict Channel on Instagram. You can also find me at www.watchaddictchannel.com, as usual, for all written reviews and a whole bunch of other watch information. But nonetheless, I think this is a pretty cool watch, and it's really, really affordable. Definitely check them out on Kickstarter in the description below. I will see you guys in the next video. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up. Definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I know a lot of you guys have been hitting the dislike button lately, but it's okay. Do what you gotta do, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.